Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. And we got some 1978 New York Yankees taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. And this is a doubleheader here on June 28th. And the first game of the doubleheader, the Yankees will have White playing left field, leading off. Batting second, playing third is Nettles. Batting third, doing the catching is Johnson. Batting fourth, doing the DH is Jackson. Batting fifth, playing right field is Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base is Chambliss. Batting seventh, playing center field is Blair. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Stanley. Batting ninth, on second is Garcia. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Yankees in game number one of this doubleheader is Dick TIDROW. And for the hometown Brewers, we have leading off, playing second base, Molitor. Batting second, playing first is Money. Batting third, DHing is Davis. Batting fourth, playing center field is Heisel. Batting fifth, playing left field is Ogilvy. Batting sixth, playing right field is Lascano. Batting seventh, playing third base is Bando. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Yount. And batting ninth, doing the catching is Moore. And on the mound for the Brewers is Mike Caldwell. Let's get down here to the County Stadium and get this game started. And to lead it off here for the Yankees is Roy White. And White's batting .222 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 13 RBIs. Mike Caldwell making his 15th start. He's 8-6 with a 2.67 ERA. And here's the pitch to get it started. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Mike. He tosses it over to first. And there's one down. As Al Red Sox fans joins us here, check out his great channel, folks. And you got Greg Nettles up now, batting .312, having a nice 1978 season with 17 homers and 54 RBIs. That's going to be a base on ball, so Nettles trots on down to first. And Cliff Johnson comes to the plate, batting .168 with 4 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. It'll be a 15, and that's going to be a fly ball out in the left field. Ben calls for it, makes the catch, and there's 2 down. So it's up to the straw that stirs the drink, Reginald Martinez Jackson. He's having one heck of a year, batting .324 with 20 homers and 44 RBIs. And he gets this one, and against the lefty, that's going to be a pop up down the short. Just gets under it. Yount makes the catch, and the Yankees strand 1. New York nothing. Milwaukee coming to the plate. They got Molitor, Money, and Davis due up here in the bottom of the first. Molitor's batting .219 with 5 homers and 18 RBIs. And Dick TIDROW is making his 12th start. He's 8-2 with a 2.54 ERA. Here's the pitch to ball. And that's going to be against the righty at 8. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. So Paul gets a board here and lead off single. Start the bottom of the first, and Money comes up. Only batting .185 off to a terrible 78 start here. Getting close to the halfway part, so not a good start at all. With 6 homers and 16 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Money. And I think I just jinxed him. I think he just did the reverse jinx, because that's going to be a line drive base hit into left field. And the runner's going to stop at second with nobody out. So back-to-back singles here by the Brew crew. That brings up Davis. The Brewers got runners in scoring position already. Nobody out. in a nothing game. And Davis batting .303 with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, and Dick TIDROW is getting lit up. And that's going to be against a righty. Be a 3. He doesn't have the dreaded L, so that's good. That's going to be a double in the center field. And let's see here. Bats right. Yep, so that's going to be a double in the center field. And with nobody out, Money's going to stop at third, but that's an RBI double. And now you got second and third, still nobody out. The Yankees need an out here in the worst way. As Larry Heisel comes to the plate. Larry batting .265 with 16 homers and 42 RBIs. And we're going to fix this a little bit here. I think this is the first time we've been to County Stadium. Fix that out there at second. So you can see the second baseman and shortstop. A little behind the scenes here, Digital Diamond. Do a little bit of ballpark editing here. Move the second baseman and the shortstop a little bit here. We even move the first baseman and the third baseman summons along with the runners here. And third. And heck yeah, we move the batters. Get this looking all nice here real quick. Okay. And we'll do the day and time. Do the same thing here, just start in reverse order here. And then we'll get back to the ball game. And let's see how this looks now. Get back to the game. That's better. That's better. Alrighty, now you got second and third, nobody out of infield in. Larry batting .265, 16 homers, 42 RBI. And that's a big swing and a miss. Dick needed that one for out number 1. Now Ben Ogilvie comes to the plate. And Ogilvie's batting .308 on the year with 10 homers and 29 RBIs. Infield still in. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 46 and a 6, and that's not going to be good. I think that ball is going to make it through. Yep, that's a single through second. Both runners score. So a 2 RBI single for Ben Ogilvie, and it is a 3-0 ball game, folks. As Dick TIDROW can't get that out. Now it's 3-0 Milwaukee. And Les Conner's at the plate, and he's batting .279 with 8 homers and 32 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lou in right field. That'll be out number 2. Second Bando comes up, and Sal's batting .253 with 5 homers and 19 RBIs. That's going to be a fly ball out to White. That'll end the inning, but the Brew Crew score 3 Two of them on the Ben Ogilvy RBI single. And we get to the top of the second, 3-0 Milwaukee. You got Piniella, Chambliss, and Blair due up. Piniella batting .324 on the year with 3 homers and 26 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mike strikes him out, his first strikeout of the game. And that gets Chris Chambliss to the plate, batting .244 with 6 homers and 44 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty, 19. That's going to be a fly ball out in the right field for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the second. And Paul Blair get a 2-out rally going here, batting a .196 with no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mike strikes him out. To end the inning, the Yankees go down 1-2-3. To the bottom of the third we go. Bottom part of the order due up here for the Brewers, Yount and Moore, and then back to Molitor. And you can see the team replay comparisons. The Yankees 52-20. They have scored 357 runs on 76 homers, stolen 51 bases, been caught 12 times. The Brewers are 38-34, scored 325 runs on 93 homers, stolen 40 bases, and been caught 20 times. And Rockin' Robin is only batting .209 with 3 homers and 20 RBIs, having a rough 78 season so far. Of course, I shouldn't have said nothing because he squares this up. They're all getting healthy here today. That's going to be a single in the left field. So Rockin' Robin gets aboard here with the leadoff single. And Charlie Moore comes to the plate. And Moore is batting .260 on the year with no homers and 5 RBIs. They're going to do a little hit and run, trying to stay out of the double play. And that's going to be a pop-up strike runner. See here, 44 and a 6. 44 and a 6. That's going to be fielding column 3. And he misses the pitch, but Rockin' Robin's going to steal second. Now you got a runner in scoring position, nobody out, and the 0-1 pitch to Charlie. And then he walks him. That might set up the double play. Might be the only good part about it. But again, first and second, nobody out. And Paul Molitor, who started this game off with a single and came in to score in the first, now he's got a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Here's the pitch to Paul. And that's going to be a pop-up straight up the chute. Johnson calls for it, makes the catch, and there's one down. Now if they can get the double play, get out of this inning. And money's up. He singled and came around to score in the first also. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Can they get the double play? Nope, that's a pop-up down the second. Garcia calls for it and makes the catch. And Barber joins us here. And now we got Davis at the plate. He's 1 for 1, had that RBI double his first time up. 2 down, runner still at first and second. Can Dick get out of this mess with nobody scoring? That's a lazy fly ball out to White. And the first 2 men get stranded at first and second. And Dick's able to keep this a 3-0 ball game. So we go to the top of the third with the bottom of the order due up here for the Yanks. You got Stanley, Garcia, and then it turns over to White at the top of the order. And Stanley's batting .246 with a homer and 4 RBIs. That's going to be a base on balls. And the Yankees will take it. They need base runners. So now you got the leadoff batter aboard here, and Garcia at the plate. Garcia's batting .182, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Paul Molitor, 55 and a 7. That's going to be any play he's going to have is the first, so that'll get the runner in the scoring position on the 4-3 putout. Roy White here get the Yankees on the board and cut this lead to 2. White is 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. That's going to be a 40. And the team 7-9, 14, 22, 29. And that's going to be a rare play with a runner at second and a 40. And a 51 and a 40. That'll be out in the center field. You got Larry out there today. A 36 and a 2 will be a 2. And that's going to be a single in the center. Runner scores. Batter to second on air. Batter overruns second and is out. What the hell was Roy White thinking? So you got a single. It's going to score the run. Single, and it's going to be an E. An E8. Runner on second's going to score, and the batter's going to get thrown out at second. Unfreaking believable. Now there's nobody on and 2 outs, but it is a 3-1 ball game. And now you got Greg Nettles up. Nettles walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Nettles, and that's probably going to be a fly out here. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the Yount. That'll end the inning, but the Yankees score 1. Make this a 3-1 ball game as we get to the bottom of the third. And you got Larry due up here, followed by Ogilvie and Lescano. And Heisel is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down to Garcia. 1 up and 1 down. The first time Dick's got the leadoff batter out. Now Ben Ogilvie comes to the plate. He had that 2 RBI single his first time up. 1 for 1. He gets a hold of this again. He's liking Dick being out there on that mound, and that ball is blasted down in the left, down in the right field. And that's going to be a leadoff double. So Ben Ogilvie with a double now in scoring position with 1 out. Lescano's up, and he's 0 for 1. Flew out his first time up, and that's going to be 9, and that's going to be a single in the right field. Ben's got a good speed. Piniella, not a very good arm. So most likely they're going to get this run right back. So that's going to be a 42. A 32, so that should be a 62 or lower. 62 or lower. He's safe at the plate. And Lou Piniella, I just said he doesn't have a good arm, proves me wrong. Throws out Ben at the plate. Nice job by Lou out there in right field. Keeps this a 3-1 ball game as Ben Ogilvie gets thrown out trying to score. Nice job by Sweet Lou. And now you got 2 down and a runner down at first. And now you got Sal Bando up. And Sal's 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And White comes in, fires it in there. And Lescano is going to stop at second. So now you got first and second. 2 outs. The Brewers threatening again to try to make this a 3-run ball game. Yount, he's 1 for 1. He singled and stole a base his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to White. And the Yankees get out of this mess with nobody scoring thanks to Sweet Lou Piniella throwing Ogilvie out at the plate. Get to the top of the 4th. It's still a 3-1 Brewers lead. You got the big boys due up here, Johnson, Jackson, and Piniella. See the Yankees schedule. They got another game here on the 28th. It's a doubleheader here in Milwaukee. Then they go back home to take on the Tigers for 4 games. Cliff is 0 for 1 today. He flew out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Mike's 3rd strikeout of the game. 1 up and 1 down. Can Jackson get something started here? He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvy. And there's quickly 2 down. And here's the man that saved the run. Can he do it at the plate and get him one? He's 0 for 1. A strikeout victim his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Not deep enough. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees go down 1-2-3. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got more due up. Followed by Molitor and Money. The triple M's. The triple M's due up. More Molitor and Money. More. He walked his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Lou can't get to it. He'll take it on the hop. And again, the leadoff batter's aboard here. Now Paul Molitor is up. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. And that's going to be against the righty. They're hitting him pretty darn good. That'll be 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Will Moore try to make it to 3rd with nobody out. He's already thrown 1 out. He's going to stay put with nobody out. No use getting thrown out. So again, 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And Money's at the plate. Can the Yankees turn 2 here? Money is 1 for 2. He popped up his last time up. And that's exactly what he does this time. That's a foul ball back behind the plate. Jackson goes back, makes the catch near the screen, and there's 1 down. And now you got Davis up, 1 for 2 with an RBI double in the game. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 3, and that's going to be a single into left field. And that's going to load the bases up. Nowhere to put them now. Definitely need a double play. They're going to play back for the double play here. The base is full and Larry at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He did ground out to 2nd his last time up. Can Dick get him to do it again? Not this time, I don't think. A 10. A 10. Nope, that's going to be a single in the left field. And most likely, with Molitor's speed there, that's going to score 2. 51. And Paul's going to score with no throw. The question is, will Davis get down the 3rd? And he'll hold at 2nd. So that's a 2 RBI single for Larry. And that just makes it a 5-1 ball game. The Yankees didn't need that. So 1st and 2nd, 1 out for Ben Ogilvy. And that'll get the bullpen up. Problem is the Yankees bullpen doesn't have many arms out there. They only got 3 arms out there in that bullpen. Sparky, Goose, and Clay. Ogilvy's having a hell of a game. He's 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and 2 RBIs. And that might be what the doctor ordered. That is a ground ball down the short. 22 and an 8 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And just what the doctor ordered. That's the old 6-4-3 double play. But 2 more runs score. Makes it 5-1 as we go to the top of the 5th. You got Chambliss, Blair, and Stanley due up. Chris is 0 for 1 today. Can he get something going here? And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that'll be out number 1. And Chris is struggling here. Only batting .243 on the year. Paul Blair comes to the plate. He struck out his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one, Blair does. See where he deposits this out in Milwaukee. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Just how far is this one going to go is the question. And that ball is out of here. Paul Blair with his first homer of the year cuts the lead back to 5-2. Nice job, Blair. And Fred Stanley comes to the plate now. And he's walked and came around to score the other run of the game. Fred get on again here. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the Yount. He fires over to first. And there's 2 down. We're back down to Garcia, the 9th-placed hitter. He's 0 for 1. And Garcia, he grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the right. The Yankees get one on the home run by Paul Blair. Makes it a 5-2 game as we go to the 5th. Lescano's due up, followed by Bando and Yount. You see the Brewers' upcoming schedule. Like I said, they got another game here today against the Yankees. Then they go on the road and play Seattle for 3 games. Then they travel to Minnesota. And Lescano's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls, and they're going to have a short leash here for Dick. Can't afford to give up any more runs. Sal Bando comes to the plate, and he's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dick. He spins around, fires down the short, but that'll be the only out they get. They get the lead runner. Now Sal's down at first with 1 out, and Yount's up. He's 1 for 2 with a stolen base today. And that's not good. He squares this one up, folks. Where's Rockin' Robin going to put this one? That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. And this ball game is now turning into a blowout. It's 7-2 Milwaukee. And that's going to be it for Dick, as he can't make it through this 5th inning. Sure, I didn't want to have to go to the bullpen, and he got a doubleheader. So Clay's going to come in here and try to eat up some innings. This might be one of those times you tell him when he comes out and takes the ball, whatever happens, you're going to be out there for a while, boy. So Ken Clay's going to come out of the bullpen. Dick can't get out of the 5th inning. So now there's 1 out, nobody going after the homer by Yount. Charlie Moore comes to the plate 1 for 1 and with a walk and came around to score. Ken Clay, this is his 18th appearance. He's 6-2 with a 3.08 ERA. Here's the pitch to Charlie. And Charlie, let's see here. And that's going to be a base hit. He welcomes Clay with a base hit in the right field. So Charlie's aboard here, and we go back to the top of the order. Doesn't seem like it matters who's out there on the mound. These Brewers are just teeing off like it's batting practice. Molitor's 2 for 3, scored both times that he's been on base, and he squares this one up. These Brewers are doing some damage here. The Yankees better hope they're wasting all these runs in the first game, because that is going to be a base hit out in the right field. That ball's going to get the whole way to the wall. Paul Molitor's going to put on the Jets, folks, and he's got himself a triple. Paul Molitor with a RBI triple, and that's going to force the Yankees to bring the infield in. Runner at third, 1 out. And money's up 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a 41 infield. 6, 7, 12, 20, 30. That's going to be a rare play with a runner at third. So a 41, 41, and a 43. And that is going to be a team. And let's see here. The team is a 6, 7, 12, 20, 30. That's a fly out to left field. And that's probably going to be deep enough to get MILWAUKEE in. Probably going to be deep enough. Yep, MILWAUKEE is going to score on the sacrifice fly. And it is 9-2 MILWAUKEE. Now 2 outs, nobody on. And Dick Davis has 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And that ball is squared up. I tell you, these Brewers, man, are just teeing off on these Yankees pitchers. And that's going to be a double in the right field. And the Brewers again are in business here with 2 outs and a runner down at second. Already 4 runs scored this inning. And Larry's up now. He is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Chambliss up with it, tosses over to Clay, and that'll finally end the inning. But 4 runs come across the board. A 2-run homer by Yount. And it's 9-2 as we go to the top of the 6th. And you got the top of the order due up here for the Yanks. White, Nettles, and Johnson. White's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvy. That'll be out number 1. And Greg Nettles comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He did walk back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the money. He takes it himself. Steps on the bag for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down, and can Heathcliff get something going? 0 for 2 with the strikeout. And that's going to be another fly ball. Ogilvy waits for it. Yankees go down in order in the top of the 6th. To the bottom of the 6th we go. You got Ogilvy due up here. He'll be followed by Lescano and Salbando. Ben's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And that's a base on balls. So runner down at first. Nobody out. Have you heard that before? Lescano's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be against the righty, a 7 and a 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And the first 2 batters are aboard. I think you've heard that before. First and second, nobody out. In a 9-2 ball game. Salbando's 1 for 3 today. And now he's going to be 2 for 3. I would suspect. Yes, he is. That's a base hit in the center field. And let's see, that should score the runner from second. Yep, and now will Lescano get the third? That is the question. And a 66 is the only way they can get him out. 65 or lower, he's safe, and he's in there. So that's an RBI single. And the runner on first is on third. So nobody out. Runner's on the corner. And the Yankees are going to play back for the double play because it's a 10-2 good buddy game. 10-2. Everything is loud and clear here in Milwaukee. The Brewers are just beating the snot out of the Yanks. Rockin' Robbins 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer his last time up. And he may do it again, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. And that ball is going to be hit into left field off the wall. White can't get to it. It's rolling around. And that brown-eyed handsome man's chugging for third. And he is safe with a 2 RBI triple. And it is 12-2 Milwaukee. Still nobody out. And like I say, they're going to play back in a game like this. They just want some outs. The white flag is out. And they just want to get some outs and get the hell into the clubhouse and get ready for game number 2. Charlie Moore is 2 for 2 with scored twice. And that's going to be against the righty. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Now it is a 13-2 ball game. And the hits just keep coming. That's 4 runs here in the 6th. Paul Molitor is up now with a runner down at first. And he's 3 for 4 with a triple and an RBI. His last time up. That's a fly ball. Lou Pellnella goes back, makes the catch, and finally there's one out here in the 6th. Money comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Had a sacrifice flies last time up. And that's what the doctor ordered, but it's a little late. Garcia picks the ball up, tosses it over to Fred, over to Chris. 4-6-3 double play. But 4 runs scored, 2 of them on the triple. We go to the top of the 7th and a massacre here in Milwaukee, 13-2. Jackson, Pinella, and Chambliss due up. Reggie is 0 for 2. He is flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the paw. He picks it up, and then there's one down. Lou Pinella here. He's 0 for 2. He is struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the money. He calls off Mike, and that's 2 quick outs here in the 7th. It's up to Chris Chambliss to try to get something going. 0 for 2. He has flown out the Lescano both times. And that finally is going to drop in there for a base hit. Chambliss finally gets a ball to drop in front of Lescano. 2-out single. And here's Paul Blair, who homered his last time up. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be against the righty. Against the lefty, rather, a 20 and a 10. And that's going to be a pop-up. He gets under that one, folks. That ball's a rainmaker. Sal's waiting for it to come down. Makes the catch in fair territory. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 1. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 13-2 game as Beatles Turnley joins us. Long time no see, Beatles, buddy. Coming here to see a slaughter. 13-2 Milwaukee. You got Davis due up here, followed by Heisel and Ogilvy. Davis 3 for 4 with 2 doubles in the game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Blair. He tracks it down for out number 1. And the Yankees get a Bronx cheer. They get the leadoff batter out here in the 7th. And Larry's 1 for 4 with a with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 36 and a 40. That's going to be a strike as Larry watches that one go by. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he squares this 0-1 pitch up, folks. Of course he does. And that ball is driven out in the left field. White gets over quickly, cuts it off. And that'll hold Larry to a single. Yeah, wow is right. Now you got Ogilvy up. Can they get the ground ball double play to end this inning? Ben is 2 for 3. He has 2 RBIs, a double. He did ground into a double play back in the 4th. Can they get him to do it again as I drop the dice? And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can they get the double play? A 41 and an 8 should be fielding column 2. And it is fielding column 2. And they get the leadoff runner. That'll be a 6-4. But Ben's too fast. He beats the throw down to first. And now there's 2 outs and a runner at first. So on the 6-4 put out. And now you got Lescano up. And Sixto is 2 for 3. He scored 1. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Nettles makes the catch to end the inning. The Brewers strand 1 to the top of the 8th we go. And an 11-run lead here. You got Stanley due up, followed by Garcia and White. And Fred's 0 for 1. He has walked and came around the score. And he squares this one up. Fred's having a nice game here. See what he can do here. And that's going to be a single in the right field. So Fred's aboard here with a leadoff single. Now Garcia comes to the plate. And he is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. And that's what the doctor ordered for the Brew Crew. That ball is hit down the out. Over the money for the 6-4-3 double play. And we go to the, well, that's only 2 outs. Now White's up. And White is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Here's the pitch to Roy. And he squares it up. How big was that double play? Of course, when you're leading by 11, really don't matter. But that would have been a RBI double without that double play. White's down at second now with 2 outs. Maybe the Yankees are getting warmed up for game number 2 of this doubleheader here. Now you got Nettles up. He's 0 for 2. He has walked in this game. And that's going to be a 39. The catcher, 45 and a 7. 45. That's fielding column 2. And that's going to be a balk. Is it BK? I think it's BK for a balk. So he balks him down the third. Don't know where Mike's head's at. I guess he's thinking about how much beer he's going to drink in between the games here. And now you got Nettles up with a runner in third. And that's going to be against the lefty. 26. Yep, 26. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Nettles delivers here. And hopefully, like I say, these Yankees are getting heated up for game 2. That makes it a 13-3 ball game. Runner down at first. Cliff Johnson at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. He's flown out the left twice and struck out. And that ball is well hit. And they might have to go to the bullpen here. Mike might be getting tired. And that's going to be high. That's going to be far. How far back is this one going to go? Kiss it goodbye. Cliff Johnson with a 2-run shot. And just like that, pun intended, it is now a 13-5 ball game. The Yankees are 4-3 split up here in the 8th. And this might be Mike's last batter one way or the other. You got the left-handed Reggie Jackson up. Reggie is 0 for 3. He has flown out, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvy. And that'll end the inning, a 2-run homer. And it is now a 13-5 ball game. And I think that's going to be it. Let's see here. I don't think Clay's going to go any further here, so we'll probably bring in Sparky. Let's see who we're going to bring in here. Like I say, the Yankees only got 3 arms out in the bullpen. Goose, Lau, and Clay. So let's see here. And the Goose is going to come in. The Goose will come in here. That'll be it for Clay. So the Goose will come in here and pitch the 8th. And this is his 23rd appearance. He's 1-0 with 20 saves and no ERA. You got the bottom third of the order due up Bando, Yount, and Moore. Sal is 2 for 4 with an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Goose strikes him out for out number 1. And Yount comes to the plate now, 3 for 4. He has a homer, a triple, and a single. So he's a double away from the cycle, folks, with 4 RBIs on the day. And that's not going to happen, but that's a base on balls. So Goose doesn't give him a chance for the cycle. That brings up Moore now. And Moore is 3 for 3 with an RBI in the game. And that's going to be a fly ball out. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. Goose strikes him out. You got to love that K. Love that K. So he struck out 2 of them here. Can he strike out the third one? Molidor's 3 for 5. He has a triple and an RBI. And that is going to be popped up behind home plate. Cliff Johnson calls for it. And that'll end the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th. You got Piniella, Chambliss, and Blair due up. And that's going to be it for Mike. They don't have a lefty in the bullpen. So let's see who's going to come out here and pitch since they don't have a lefty in the bullpen. Got a righty, a lefty, and a righty due up here. Okay. And Rodriguez is going to come in the game. Yeah, Rodriguez will come in the game. And that'll be it for Mike. He goes 8 innings. So Rodriguez will come in and try to get the final 3 outs in this 13-8 ball game. Like I say, you got Piniella, Chambliss, and Blair due up. Why didn't it? What the heck? Try this again. It didn't take it, huh? Let's try it again here. Rodriguez. There we go. This is Rodriguez's 9th game. He's 1-0 with 1 save and a 1.66 ERA. Lou is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Larry in center. And there's 1 down here in the top of the 9th. There's Chambliss. He's 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Sal at third. Over to Money. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 9th. Paul Blair, who's homered in this game, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Paul. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field, a 51 and a 2. I might drop in for a base hit. And that's going to be a base hit. And Larry, he's daydreaming out there. Lets that one play. And that's going to be an E8. I think that's his 2nd error of the game. And the batter's going to get down the 2nd with his speed. So Blair's down at 2nd. Yankees keeping this game alive. Fred's up. He's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. And that's going to end it. A lazy fly ball out to Ogilvy. And the Brewers win this game 13-5. Take a look here at the box score. Hopefully the Yankees bats near the end of that game start to come alive and will carry over to game number 2. What is the star for? The Brewers had 21 hits in the game. The Brewers 13 runs, like we said, 21 hits and the 2 errors. Rory White, he was 2 for 4, and Blair was 2 for 4. The Yankees, when they had runners on base cashed in, they was 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position, only stranded 3 runners. Look at that. Everybody on that Brew crew got a hit, and the only one that didn't have multiple hit was Money. The Brewers were 8 for 16 with runners in scoring position, 2 triples, a homer, and 3 doubles. They left 9 men on base. Old Dick, he got lit up. He drops to 8 and 3, 4 and a third, 13 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, struck out 1 and gave up a homer. Clay comes in, throws gasoline, diesel, and kerosene onto the fire. 2 and 2/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, walked 1. And Goose comes in, pitches 1 inning, walked 1, struck out 2. Mike couldn't quite go the distance. Caldwell goes to 9 and 6, 8 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. He walked 2, struck out 3, gave up 2 homers. Rodriguez gives up 1 inning, 1 hit, and that was your ball game. Since there's a doubleheader, we'll wait until after the doubleheader to play the rest of the league out. American League. It was a real drumming, wasn't it, Beatles? I want to thank Beatles eternally, Barbara, and Al Red Sox fan. Check out their great channels, folks. And like I say, the next game on the channel will be the second game of this doubleheader. It'll be McCall going up against Augustine. Hopefully the Yankees can bounce back, and it'll be Larry's first start of the year for the Yanks. So we'll see how he does. Hopefully he can. The Brewers, with those 13 runs in game 1, that's all they get. See if they wasted some of them. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.